I don't think the trial going to be fair. She's not going to get a fair trial. Even looking at the charges, the nature of the charges, they are not substantial. They're strange, like, importing walkie-talkies without license. And also, from what I can understand, she didn't have much time with the consultation time with her lawyers and, witnesses and, who's going to appoint, and are they under duress or under pressure? So we don't know, and I don't think it's going to be a fair trial.
The civil disobedience movement continues in Myanmar. How much of a showcase is this trial to try and stamp out opposition?
So the civil disobedience movement is still going strong. It's well supported by, say, diaspora, overseas Burmese, and the alternative government, national unity government as well. That's going strong, and that's something the government hasn't expected. So I think they find it hard to deal with, and then now will be more intent on going now that Aung San Suu Kyi is on trial. So all eyes will be on it.
Yeah. Talking of that ongoing civil disobedience movement, there are fewer protesters out on the streets, but they have changed tactics to a degree. Tell us what's been going on.
Because of the violent attack and crackdown and the arrest and torture, and so this mass protest has now, dwindled away. Instead, they have now. We had recently a flash protest that just popped up and go. But over a month or so, another tactic is that we have seen explosions, bombings, some murders of the officials of the military. So we've been seeing that popping up in, say, urban areas as well as in rural areas as well. So the military is living in fear because of all these attacks, but they're no evidence that they are organized or endorsed by the alternative government in exile. So these are the youth, urban youth that could not handle it anymore, and in retaliation of the violent attacks from the military, they're resorting to, say, homemade guns and bombs and, taking in their own hands.
And this is very much I guess, at the direction, some would say, of the militia that have been operating, the sort of ethnic militias that have been operating against the military. I understand a lot of young people have been going there to try and learn how they can use different tactics. How are these new tactics regarded?
These new tactics are very much supported, in the hearts of people, both inside Myanmar and outside Myanmar, and you can see it all over social media. So they're quite, in support of it, and also, the international organizations, UN, and they feel this. They have failed to protect the Myanmar people, and now to protect ourselves, to fight against the militaries back in the Myanmar people's hands. So they're resorting to what they can do, to counter this military's violence.
And you mentioned there were explosions at schools. Now that would affect the broader population too if schools were being hit.
Yes, very much so. So the schools they have been closed because the teachers and students gone on strikes. So 1st June, the school reopened, and some of the parents, fear of, being attacked and explosions and things, so they're not sending their kids to schools. And also some teachers, a lot of teachers and parents are still on CDM, on strike. So the kids, for that reason, they're not going to school either. Mm-hmm. And the teachers, those who are still on strike, has been sacked. And apparently there are rumors that these teachers have been replaced by underqualified teachers.
Interesting. A lot of the Australian diaspora are not happy with how Australia's aid is going to be processed. That's going to be sent to a ministry that is effectively the military. What can they do? How could they do that differently, the federal government?
the federal government, first of all, could have realized, when they supported the ASEAN and ASEAN's management of the funds, or perhaps under research, lack of understanding of these processes. So yes, so the funds is going to go to the ASEAN's Coordinating Center for Disaster Management or Humanitarian Assistance. And that center has a partner, which is the Government Ministry of Social Welfare, so which is directly under the military. So I think they should have realized it, and instead of putting it through ASEAN, should have put through third party like Red Cross or UN.
To make sure it gets where it's needed. Htwe Htwe, good to talk. Thanks so much.
Thank you.